Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so taking a little bit of a respite from graphing functions, we're going to actually see if we can test functions. So in this situation, we are given the function g of x. G of x equals this. And we're given this ordered pair. Now, if you remember from a table, it works like this. The way you get an ordered pair from a function is you plug in an input and it gives you the output. So the way this works is if I plug in this input, and after I do all the wibbly-wobbly mathy stuff, it gives me this output, then I know that this is a solution. This is a valid point on this function. However, if I plug in this input and it gives me something else, instead of -10, it gives me +10, well, now I know that that is not a valid solution, that this is a fake phony fraud, and it should be shamed. All right? So testing solutions is really simple. We're just going to plug in the input, that's my x, and we're going to see, is this the output? This is sure, this is the thing that's in question. Okay, so let's try it out. Is g of 4, which is equal to 7 minus 4, and I'm replacing that x with a 4. Is g of 4 equal to -10? That's the question. If it is, this works. If it isn't, it's fake. So let's see. -4 times 4 is -16, so I get 7 minus 16. And 7 minus 16 is, just short, -9. Is -9 -10? No. So, no. This is not a solution. 4 -10 is a fraud. Okay, let's plug in this one. Let's see if this one's a solution. So once again, the idea is this. You plug in the input. This is true. We want to see, does plugging in this number get me that number? Does plugging in -6 get me +3? Let's find out. H of -6, and I'm really stressing this, we're writing everything out, showing every step, is equal to 4/3. I'm going to replace that x with my -6 now, because that's how we plug into a function, right? Plus 11. To multiply a fraction, we multiply the top. 4 times 6 is 24. Then we store that number, 24, and then divide by the 3. Another way to represent this is 4 times 6 is -24, and then over 3. 24 over 3 is a -8. And then -8 plus 11, different signs subtract, I end up with +3. So, when I plug in a -6, do I get a +3? Yes. I can say that, yes. -6, -3, or say -6, +3 is a solution. All right, so a secondary concept from this lesson, but still pretty straightforward. The idea is this. Plug in the x value, and if after you do all the math, you get the y value, you have a true solution. If you plug in the x value and you don't get the y value, you do not have a valid solution. Pretty straightforward. Okay? All right, that's going to do it for the entirety of this lesson. I will see you in the next one.